At this point, we're going to make our transition towards the second topic, and this is in relation to academies that we have discussed previously in the past, but we're starting to see, you could say, alliances, you could say communications and bonds being strengthened. We've spoken when Stefan Hausen was here, who is a goalkeeper, part of the KFA Academy, Kingston Football Academy, and the work that they're doing with Campion College and Eric Rademacher's, and also Ballers, who, as we know, Jamaica College as well. And I just want to get the feedback from our panel on this as well. Jamal, I'll start with you. Academies popping up all across the island as well, which is great, something that we've spoken about for a long time. And even Craig Butler has spoken the need for this as well. Is it a breath of fresh air that these little things, little by little, is starting to happen in that sense?
Yeah, definitely. It's love or hate the man. The ideas that Craig exposes on topics like this, you typically are on the mark, right? And definitely as it relates to the growth of the academy scene in Jamaica, that's something that needs to happen. I was actually the other day looking up something regarding England's non-league competitions, and it's one of, if not the best non-league like divisions, because I think it's like 3 divisions worth of non-league football, and they have the best in the world, right? A large part of that, far beyond the money that's in English football, a large part of that is because a lot of the players that end up in their non-league divisions were players that were trained in the academies for professional clubs, right? So when you have a well-established academy, as it were, that trains up your players, that gives them the opportunity to develop, right? Not just technically, but also as people. You then have a pool of players that you can pull on for later down in their career. If they don't happen to make it, say, overseas, they could still play in the Premier League and raise the Premier League level, Jamaican Premier League, that is, raise that level, right?
Yeah.
I think further to that, the fact that they're now connecting more with institutions, that is schools themselves, is a good thing as well, because that talent can now go into the Manning Cup, which is already being scouted, right? Because we already talked about the lack of visibility for these academies. So they can go into the Manning Cup where they're being scouted, and then further to that, they get a wholesome development. You know, you're not just playing football and that's just that. You're playing football, but you also have school, because that's important as well, as I mentioned. And I think if we even take it a little further, because we were just talking about cup football a while ago. When are we going to get a national syndicated cup football for these kind of academies, that where we can actually see them, where they're on display, where it is getting the kind of backing that a Link Cup gets, where there's structure in it and there's something to get out of it.
Them have enough like that, man. I think Milo have one. Milo have some island and
I said there's none, What I mean is, you ever watch up on TV yet?
Oh, well, fair.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean in terms of just getting it out there in the same way you have the different cup competitions for.
I'm a huge fan of the academy, but you want to watch under 7 and under 12 on TV?
And not necessarily me and you watch it. And not necessarily me and you feel watch it neither.
Fear.
Parents, the grandparents will gravitate towards it.
And even the scouts themselves.
Let me tell you this. You see the parents, them academy.
Yeah.
Worse than swim meet parents, and if you don't know swim meet, swim meet parents, Let me tell you this. So, first of all, we just finished the weekend, the Ballers Kick for Your Heart tournament. I'm just putting it out here. I'm a Ballers support, I'm a Ballers fan. I'm just declare my bias. I love those kids. There's my general, the U12, the U7s, the U10s, the U11s.
You've tracked their journey.
And those are my
Florida.
G's. When they see me in the street, they hail me. Because those are my bros. But anyway, so the competition ended, which today the 9th, so it ended the weekend before this, which was the 5th, 6th, something like that. Boom. And I think they won 4 out of the 6 age tournaments. But one of the greatest things that I took from that, separate and apart from Ballers' dominance, was that Norbrook Strikers is also a great team. Benders, Total Football Academy, TFA, they're just a good amount. I mean, while let's say Norbert Strikers and Ballers may have the best nucleus in terms of like a good amount of ball up on the team, other teams had like a 1 and 2 bright sparks, a little brother, little tweak here and there, and him could have been special. And I just love that at that age. NJ Junior. NJ Bolt Bridging, Bolt manager, baller. I'm gonna tell you, I think it's a U6, U7. But I'm gonna tell you, so the man have control better than me right now. I have to go train. Is it there's so many young talent where just if them keep staying at the academy and keep staying at the system, and just greatness from there, slight development. Gonzalez, him assistant coach, one of the team them, I can't remember. I think at TFA, one of the team them. I think his son play on the team too. So I just it's a steady progression, steady focus, and then you have some boys. Them not gonna turn baller. Them not gonna make a money cup team, but them they socialize. Them a make friends. Them a develop as young gentlemen, and I rate that. I love that. I big up every academy in the country. Big up every coach. Big up every assistant coach. Big up every soccer mom. It's amazing, bro. Amazing.
Yeah, and going back to one of the points that we mentioned when talking about like Whisper. Remember we talked about the marketability of these players and how much that helped him to propel further, right? It's that kind of thing. That's why I was mentioning the cup. It's not, like I said, it's not necessarily for me and you sit down on Saturday afternoons and watch that, right? But it is really to get them out there. And of course, as Jeff says, not everybody are going to necessarily make it. I mean, the numbers are small in terms of, the chances for the amount of people that get into football, how much of them actually going to go pro and to the highest level at that, right? But for the ones that do have that chance, and then even too when you consider the other obstacles that we have to deal with here in our country, you want to give them the best chance. Give them as much opportunities as they can get to show themselves, so that they can at least get some opportunity, like tangible, to do what they can do.
And one point of information I wanted to make, I realized that especially in the Jamaican society, keepers are a back burner. Like nobody thinks about keepers right now.
Good thing Stefano there.
right now, Grimmy are trying to find defenders. So it's like majority of our practices are ball of them want on striker, them want to be up front. Again, just declaring my bias for ballers. I never par with the Norbert strikers, them are TFA yet, so I can only talk about ballers because of them their own. Boom. So the ballers, man, them know. Especially like that tournament, they made it them gear the leading goal scorer, them gear the MVP, and them gear top goalkeeper. So it's almost like we are trying to motivate the keeper, them for big keeper.
Yeah.
And the keeper them keeping. You see, I think this one next baller from under 10 or under 11. Narik, big up himself, top keeper. You see, great tournament. Big up yourself, Andre Virtue. Do the thing large, ballers for life. Boo-doo-doo.
What more can you say from there? And Jeff spoke about the moral support from parents as well, so that tells us everything that we need right there. They're out, they're shouting, they're making the voice heard when them score, or even if somebody hear them celebrate like it's a goal that they scored. So it's really out there. So absolutely fantastic. So the parents out. And it's no surprise in life, let me add, that successful kids go on to be great when they have that moral support from the parents. So parents, be around your kids' lives. Be around them, because certainly you will see the progression that they will have in life.
This feel like a commercial, bro.
But just sound like a PSA.
Had to.